Okay, really good story that was sent in to us. Thank you, whoever sent this in. M, apparently, is the name. I think that's a lie. Today I f***ed up. Today I f***ed up by throwing my steak out of a window.
Okay, yeah.
Metaphor?
Euphemism.
Last night, my wife's boss from her brand new job invited us over for dinner. On the drive over, my wife reiterated many times to me just how important it was to make a good impression. I scoffed and arrogantly informed my silly wife that I always make good impressions. We've all been there, pal. My wife's boss is a single lady in her 50s, so it was just the three of us. We chit-chatted over drinks and salads and seemed to be really hitting it off. She laughed at my well-timed, perfectly appropriate jokes, and my wife seemed pleased. Soon she brought out the main course, a nice big juicy steak for each of us. As I began to cut into my steak, I was discouraged to discover how undercooked this steak was. I don't think a steak can be undercooked, if you ask me, but we are where we are. Now I've had my fair share of rare steak. I prefer medium, but I can handle rare. This was several minutes.
Sounds like you can't. Yeah. The first thing you do is complain about it.
Yeah.
I mean, medium rare is obviously that sweet spot where you get the nice flavour on the outside, but you get the texture of the rare on the inside.
But if you can handle rare, you can handle rare.
You know what it is,
mean?
though? We've all had those restaurants that don't know what they're doing, and they've obviously pulled the steak out the fridge like 10 minutes before putting it on the grill, so you get that kind of purpley, rubbery.
Yeah.
But we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. M, got your back, brother.
This guy who seems to have a very good opinion of his own first impression. Did he say? Am I right in saying as well that he just was like, "I make a great first impression, you."
Love me or else.
Yes.
So I've had my fair share of rare steak. I prefer medium, but I can handle rare. This was several minutes on a hot grill short of rare. I probably could have resuscitated the cow had I tried. Instead, I sat there fidgeting with my knife and fork, worried about how I was going to get away with not eating this steak.
Give it a try.
Power through. You've got this. Claim veganism? No, I'd already feigned great enthusiasm upon seeing the steak. Just then, our hostess excused herself to the kitchen to take care of some dessert preparations. As I looked across the fancy dining room table at the open window of this third-story apartment, a cartoon light bulb appeared over my head. I knew I had to be decisive. Realizing that she could return at any moment, I committed. I grabbed the steak with my hand, gently shook off the juice, and executed a perfect throw right through the center of the open window. Here's the big time f*** up. The window wasn't open. It was the cleanest f***ing window you've ever seen in your life. That is until my mostly raw slab of steak slammed up against it and slowly slid down, leaving a trail of bloody juice in its wake. My wife, whose steak was a nice medium rare and unaware of my predicament, turned, jaw dropped, and stared at me like I was an alien from another planet. This look then slowly morphed into more of a "there is no place on this planet you can ever hide from me" expression of demonic anger. My wife's boss heard the thud of the steak on window impact and came quickly. She took in the scene, the steak sitting on the windowsill, the bloody trail, my empty plate, and then gave me an inquisitive, puzzled look. I just didn't know what to say. It felt like a minute of silence, but it was probably 3 or 4 seconds. Finally, the best I could manage was, I'm so sorry. I'm such a klutz. I don't know. I was just cutting it and it slipped.
Across the room.
Just ask my wife. I really am a klutz. Right, honey? I will clean this up. I can't believe this. I'm so sorry. Both women continued to stare at me like I had escaped from the loony bin as I smeared the blood around the window with my cloth napkin, dusted off the steak. I continued to mutter my incoherent explanation. I knew no one was buying the story. I knew what I had to do. I sheepishly returned to my seat and proceeded to eat every bite of that disgusting, cold, chewy, bloody raw steak.
Tasted like Winderly.
Like Windex flavouring.
I remained pretty quiet the rest of the evening. My wife's only 2 words to me since the incident are, "I'm fine."
Oh, was sign here on the divorce papers, you
There is an update.
Oh no.
Update. Just got the first post I'm fine communication from my wife via text who is at work. Good news. The boss and I had just had a good laugh over how much of a f***ing idiot you are. I hope you know you'll never live this down. Love you, you moron.
Okay, he's off the hook.
His wife is golden. You're a lucky guy.
Is he living in a caravan?
Surrounded by cows.
That is a colossal up.
Yeah, as they go.
I mean, the thought process of just like open window, steak, I'm gonna throw it out.
There are better ways to deal with your problems.
Isn't it just so refreshing to have a story that doesn't involve something going up somebody or pooing somewhere weird?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still hearing about meat flying across a room. So
yeah.
It's like the first lesson you're taught as a kid. You're sat in your high chair and your parents are going, no, don't throw food down.
Yeah. No, don't throw the food across the table.
Cow Frisbee!